Hello everyone. Now welcome to our third chapter. Sorry, chapter number 2, third lecture. Lecture third. Now just it is again we have the starting point physics. Physics. I have told you that to explain this physics we need certain terms, and these terms are called as physical quantities. I told you in second lecture that we can classify it into two categories, physical quantities and non-physical quantity, so that you should know about the property of this physical quantity. Non-physical quantity. So physical quantities are those quantities which are used to explain the laws of physics and which can be measured. Now here I have imposed the condition that which can be measured. This is important point. And non-physical quantity we can't measure. We can't measure. What do you mean we can't measure? For example, if I ask about the knowledge, intelligence, suppose the topper of your class is Rahul. If I asked how much intelligent is Rahul, you said Rahul is very intelligent. But how much? You can't exactly give any parameter. But with the help of exam, you can say that percentage, this percentage he can score, but that is not his knowledge. For example, beauty. If I ask how much beautiful is Aishwarya Rai, then there is no parameters to measure the beauty. You can say, wow. These quantities we can't measure. Therefore, these are called as non-physical quantities. That means we have to bound ourselves only those quantities which are measured. This is an important point. That is measurable quantities and which are used to explain the laws of physics. We call it as physical quantities. So therefore we have no need to go through this non-physical quantity. Now physical quantities which can be measured. Now for the measurement what we need is, for the measurement we need a unit. For example, if I ask, suppose someone is A. If I ask what is his age, suppose it is written as 16 and here it is not clear what it is written. Only 16 is there. Maybe possible that A is newly born baby, it is 16 days old, maybe 16 weeks old, maybe 16 months old, and maybe 16-year-old. But if it is very general. If I ask the age of any student of this 11th standard, that is obviously we know that the unit is years. But instead of you, if A is someone, I don't know who is A, in that case it can be days, it can be months, it can be years. That means this portion is also important, not only this one. This is called as magnitude. of measurement, and this is called as unit of measurement. For example, if I ask in a question for a B, that height of B is suppose 170. Height of B is suppose 170. So it is quite difficult. What is this 170? What is this 170? This 170 may be millimeter. Slide this because electricity is gone. 170 may be millimeter. Maybe height of a pet dog. 170 may be centimeter. But if I ask what is the height of anyone from you, then it is 170 centimeter, because this is not possible that the height is so small of 170 millimeter. Again, this is magnitude and this is unit. This complete is called as, the value comes out from the measurement. This is measurement or measuring value. So for any measurement, what we need is, we need, first of all, you should know what we have to measure. Measurement, you should know the physical quantity. Which quantity you have to measure? Let the quantity is Q. Q is any physical quantity, we'll discuss later on. So what we need is, for any measurement, we need its magnitude and its unit. Now what is unit? Basically, we will discuss later on. First we'll discuss about the magnitude and unit. Magnitude we denoted by let N and unit is by U. This is Q is the physical quantity. N into U. That means if U is large, then N will be small and the product will be constant. That means you have to choose the unit. There are large possible units for any physical quantity. Now you have to choose that which unit we have to consider. NU. Suppose we have to measure the Q is the quantity which is distance of Delhi from Rohtak. This is Q, distance. We can write N1 U1. N1 maybe let it is if we choose a unit, say meter. If we choose a unit, say kilometer. First of all, we take kilometer, which is standard value, and this is unit. The magnitude comes 72. For the same measurement, Q is same, but here we have taken N2 U2. Let it is meter, then it will be 72,000 meter. If we have N3 U3, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeter. Now from very junior classes you have read that for this large distance, if unit is large, magnitude is small. If we make a unit small, magnitude will be large. we make a further small unit, magnitude will be further large. But this product n into u will be always constant. Now you have to select a unit which is be preferable according to the measurement. For this measurement, it is preferable that you use kilometer. It is not matter that this is wrong, but it is you should not be preferred this unit. You should not be preferred this unit. But if I related to your height, earlier I have asked about your height. If you give your height in kilometer, then it is very difficult to understand. Suppose 170 centimeter is there, or your height can be written as 1.7 meter or 0.0017 kilometer. Now you should know that for which measurement you have to prefer which unit. Now here all these are the units of distance. Which unit you have to prefer? You have to prefer this centimeter. You can also consider this meter, but this kilometer is discarded. So for large measurement we use large unit. For small measurement we need small unit. So unit, what is unit? If I asked about the unit, we come back to the unit. We know the physical quantity. Any quantity which is used to explain the laws of physics and which can be measured is called as physical quantity. And whenever we measure any quantity, we need unit. So whenever we measure any physical quantity, we need its unit. Now what is unit? How do you define unit? Suppose in this lockdown period, if I have demand of this to provide me this board, suppose, then I suppose I have not any scale, neither I have any measuring tape. In that case, you can measure like this: 1, 2 and 3. That means this size of 3 I need the length of the board, and this side 2 I need the breadth of the board. Is this the standard value? As you know that this is not the standard value, because the carpenter may be possible so the distance is his distance is large, or this length will be maybe shorter or longer. That means accuracy is not there. And also I think when you are playing cricket, you have to put the stamps for the pitch. So you are not having tape in the simple when you are practicing. During the tournament you have to measure the exact length of the pitch, but how you measure use the length of the pitch? You simply move your steps, count your steps, 22 steps. You put the number of any number of steps, you put the wickets on this and start counting the steps from this side, and 22 steps here. This will be the length of the pitch, but that will not be the accurate length of the pitch. For that we need a exact measurement. For the exact measurement, what we need? We need some standard device. May be possible a scale, may be possible a measuring tape, or any other instrument. That means unit is the standard value which is selected for any measurement, chosen for any measurement. So the standard value means which cannot change, which is remain constant in each condition, whether it is temperature, whether it is humidity or any other gas, it does not change. Its value remain constant. It should have a constant value. Then that value measurement is called as unit. For example, suppose this pen is available everywhere, then we can consider this as a 1 unit. Now from this we can measure the exact distance. Suppose this is uh, 1 unit, we can consider this as a 1 unit. This is 2, 3. Suppose this I need this length of the board. Now I will tell the carpenter that 4 pens, 1, 2, 3, 3 pens is the length and 2 pens is the breadth. Suppose this pen is available everywhere and this is the standard. We can consider that this pen as a standard unit. But as you know that the size of the pen varies from company to company, therefore we can't choose it as a standard value. So therefore unit is the standard. Don't cram it. I will tell you which questions are asked in the examination. Which question can be asked in the examination, I will tell you. No need to learn what is physics. You start cramming that physics is this one which obtain laws from the nature, govern laws from the nature, and physical quantity is this one. This question be asked in the examination. You should have to understand what is physical quantity. This physical quantity is used to explain the parameters or explain the laws of the physics, and it should be measurable each and every time. This is the condition that this should be measurable, and when anything is measurable it required unit. Now unit is the standard chosen for the measurement. There are some specific characteristics of the unit. It should be have suitable size. It should be accurately defined. It can be easily convert from one system to another system. It should not change with time due to the physical condition like temperature, pressure, etc. and so on. These are the characteristics of the unit. Now we classified units in 2 categories. Or we can classify this even physical quantities in 2 categories. One is fundamental. Basically units, we call it classification of unit, and derived. Those physical quantities which does not require the help of any other quantity, that is called as fundamental physical quantity, and the unit of that fundamental physical quantity is called as fundamental unit. And the derived units, those physical quantities which are obtained with the help of fundamental quantities, they are called as derived physical quantities. And the unit of fundamental physical quantities is called as fundamental units, and units of derived physical quantities is called as derived unit. Now next we will discuss in the next lecture, 4th lecture. Thank you everyone.